No, I'm not going to do a joke intro. I'm not going to do it because this is a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's not something to laugh about. So, let's get on with Metagame Minute.
3, 2, 1, bro.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nick Murphy. I am one half of the Brothers Murph, and this is Metagame Minute. Metagame Minute is a twice-weekly segment where Mike and I talk about anything and everything we want to talk about in board gaming. Most times those things are really silly. Sometimes they're very broad. Sometimes they're very, very small and really unnecessarily specific. But sometimes we talk about things that I think are pretty important and not just like games are cool. It's like, hey, this is something that we kind of need to talk about. And this is one of those. And this is something where I want to point out a game that does this, I think, very, very well. And that is gender equality in terms of characters you can choose in a game. Mike and I recently got to play Robinson Crusoe by Portal Games and Ignacy Trzewiczek. And this is a great game. It's great for so many different reasons that could probably take about 50 metagame minutes on its own. But one of the main things that we really, really loved about it was these player boards. And the reason we love these player boards is because on this side, you know, we have the carpenter. The carpenter's right here, great. And look, there's a dude carpenter right here, sweet. But then on this side, there's a female carpenter. Everything is exactly the same, but there's both male and female. So you get to choose what gender of character you want to play. Something like this, something this small, this easy, is a massive deal. It's a huge deal. This is so important, just in terms of everything, but it's also so important when it comes to growing our hobby. There still is a big problem with female representation in board games. There's also a big problem with minority representation in board games. There's a lot of different problems with representation in board games, but female representation is something that Mike and I talk about fairly often. We've talked about it in Metagame Minutes before. We've talked about it in our channel, podcast, Twitter, everything before. And this is something that I love because it's so easy. This is such an easy thing to do. If you have a character, make a female version. Put it on the other side. That way when you're choosing, boom, you can just choose male, you can choose female. You choose whatever one you want. I most times choose the female character just to, again, have representation in my specific game that I'm playing at that exact moment. But again, you can choose. And this is a big deal because seeing yourself or seeing yourself represented is big for people. And it goes with movies and you know, music and television, all these different kinds of things, all these different kinds of entertainment, politics, anything like that. Seeing yourself represented is a massive, massive deal. And it goes the same in board games. If you have a little girl and she only has males to choose from, I've heard a lot of people say, like, their daughters say, like, I don't want to play any of these people. I want to play a girl. And they a lot of times can't. Now, I will say representation has been getting better. It has, and that's great. But we still have a long way to go. And I want to talk about this specifically, giving one of each. And I want to talk about this because of how easy it is. Now, I understand if you have like a miniatures game, it's not that easy because you're going to have to construct and build a whole new sculpt for a mini if you're going to have a male and female side. So if you have a game or something like that where it's going to be a lot harder than just printing a female character on the back side of the male character, well, let's be honest, printing a male character on the back of the female character, feminist power, baby. I get that it's harder with things like miniatures game. So then it should be 50-50. It should be half male, half female. Keep the representation equal. Because I understand that you can't really do duels. That's a little much to be asking the company to do, and I totally understand that. But this is so easy to do. All you have to do is print on the other side. It's so easy. Every single game should do it. Every single one. Another game that does this is Hero Realms. Hero Realms is a great little deck builder, and every single character in it, in the character packs you get, have a male and a female side. There's a male wizard, there's a female wizard. There's a male rogue, there's a female rogue. It's great. It's so easy. Everyone should do it. It is a very, very big deal. It's such a small thing that makes such a massive difference in people's lives. There's not that many people who directly push back against this saying, no, it should be all male. But there are a lot of people in the hobby who go, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal. It is. and let's change it. It's an easy fix to do. We can all do it. Pressure publishers. The cost may be a little bit more, but I cannot imagine the cost is so substantial that publishers can't do it. So let's make sure they do it. Call them out if they don't. If a company does not have good representation in any way, whether it's for women, whether it's for LGBT, whether it's for different minorities, whether it's for people with disabilities, anything. If they don't have representation, call them out on it. That's it. That's the end of my rant on this specific thing. I really, really love games that have dual-sided character boards with both male and female. I love it. It's easy. Let's all do it. And let's all be merry together. Well, that's going to be it for me, everybody. If you agree with this, if you disagree with this, tell me down in the comments down below. If you like this video, please like and share it. Let's share this inclusiveness. Let's share this love with everybody in the whole world. So until next time, whether the game has rockin' representation or could use a little bit of work, remember, the more meta, the more better.
Be honest. Do you think you're quick enough and possess the dexterity to snatch a bird out of the air mid-flight? These are the things I wonder about. While you're thinking about that, check out Restoration Games. They sponsor us, and we have information for where to find them and their great games in the description below. That's probably quick enough. Click over here, by the way.